Hello everybody, it's Zach, and I am here just with kind of an update video talking about the Floyd riots. So I uploaded a video talking about, the Floyd riots a few days ago, or re-uploaded rather, because the first time I'd done it, I neglected to edit out the blood from one of those clips that I featured. And so in that video, I said that on the bright side of this whole issue, Wichita at least was staying peaceful, but to my surprise, quite honestly, as I have read on KWCH up on Arkansas on 21st, there was a protest that did get kind of violent. Like, it wasn't a full-on riot, and by what I read from that particular article, there was, I don't know, I think there was a crime scene that was going on. Some dumbass was, I don't know, the shots were heard just in general, and then police gone up there to try and take control of the situation, to, clear out the area, make sure that no one gets hurt, and, I don't know, I guess the protesters didn't want to clear out the crime scene, take their protest somewhere else. Like, in all honesty, I understand, like, I am for freedom of speech. You could, take that protest, right outside of the controlled area to investigate the crime at the scene of the crime or whatever. But it's at least understandable to me as to why the police would try to clear out the area. But what I do definitely remember reading as the end result of that article, no shots were fired from the police side anyways. No lethal rounds anyways. There was some shots fired at the police. One of them even had a shot grazed the very edge of his helmet. So that was close. There were only 3 injuries involved on the police side, and there were 2 arrests made from that incident that happened. It was late Monday night is when it was. But yeah, yesterday, Tuesday, there were 2 different protests happening at 2 different spots in Wichita. I did not hear of any violence or any kind of violent exchange happen in those protests, thank goodness. But as I do still have a Facebook, by the way, folks, there's a little post making the rounds on Facebook from somebody announcing that we are going to start at Arkansas and 21st, the same as a couple days ago, and then we're going to make our way to North Rock, finish up, I don't know, it's something along the lines of finish up what we started. I do not know exactly what they might have started because I did not hear anything that went down, at least major that went down in that area. But basically, the areas that they say that they're gonna hit, I'm within that neck of the woods myself, and so that's kind of what I'm in the process of doing. I left work kind of early to try and give myself a head start ahead of this, because this has me a bit on the fritz here, folks. And so I just want to kind of give a little bit of an update to my edited video saying, well, looks like Wichita has turned violent, well, at least late Monday night. I mean, I pray that I'm wrong here, folks. I pray that I'm wrong, that this little thing that's being announced that's going to happen on Arkansas 21st, a little anti-police brutality protest, that it does not turn violent and turn into a full-on riot that's going to hit all the northern sections of Wichita. But better safe than sorry is the type of reaction that I'm taking right now. And so, I mean, if this does turn to full fruition, I mean, and I pray that this is just some stupid-ass antagonist, that this isn't going to come to full fruition. Not many people are going to join him in his bullshit, whoever was the original poster of that post on Facebook or whatever. But all the same, I'm playing it safe right now, folks. And if this does come to fruition, well then that is the point that we can fully say that Wichita is not peaceful in regards of the protesting. Yeah, it's gotten violent. It got mildly violent, not, like I said, not into a full-on riot, by what I have read anyways, what happened on late Monday night, but who knows. Tonight, it might get nasty, and if it does, I'm just preparing myself. And so, for any of my... And so this is a bit of an announcement to people within my personal life. Not so much relating to my YouTube audience or whatever, but whoever in my personal life is going to be joining the looters, joining the rioters. Like, I'm sure that some people in this protest that is going to possibly happen tonight are peaceful and don't intend to loot and will absolutely refrain from looting. Not all the Floyd protesters are violent. I can't believe that I have to make that disclaimer, but I guess I do. But if any of my friends, air quotes, friends, end up joining these looters, these rioters, and just causing violence and mayhem throughout Wichita, fuck you. Just fuck you. And that's all I have to say. I'll give an update tomorrow evening as to whether or not this violence comes to full fruition here in Wichita. And if it does not come to fruition, well then I'm happy that my pessimisms were wrong. But if they do come true, well then, yeah. We'll have to see what happens from there. I mean, it's sad these days. I mean, this looting and rioting is not freaking necessary. You are hurting innocent party when you do this shit. And I'm probably going to have a full-on video, a full fleshed out video to fully talk about this. But people keep on equivalating the looting to the Boston Tea Party. Here's the thing. The East India Company was at least started by the British government, if not completely owned by the British government. The tea itself, I am sure that it was owned by the British government. And the British government were the people that were oppressing the colonies, the colonists. So back then they were attacking the perpetrators, the original aggressors, the people that they were actually aiming for to get a message through. They were not hurting innocent party. Not hardly anyways. But with this looting, this rioting, you're affecting innocent party. You are, all the looters and rioters, you are hurting those who have done not jack shit as far as police brutality goes. They not involved in that. I mean, they haven't caused police brutality. Heck, some of them, a good portion of them, probably don't even play apologisms for certain police brutality cases or whatever the fuck. And it's not just big businesses. Small businesses are being affected, and even small black-owned businesses, for that matter, just to keep things into perspective here. But whoever it is, big company, small business, whatever it is, they are not responsible for these police brutality cases. It's at least understandable, somewhat understandable, be attacking the police departments involved in the individual police brutality cases, but not all these privately owned businesses. And that is why it is a false equivalence between the Boston Tea Party and this. In the Boston Tea Party, you are affecting public property. Within the looting, the Floyd riots, you're affecting private property. Private-owned businesses who have no say in what goes on with the police at all. They can have their speech, speak out against it, but they have no authority on it, in other words. And just, that's all. Yeah, I went on longer than I wanted to when I just earlier said that's all I have to say. But yeah, like I said, I'll give an update if things do not get violent tonight. Tomorrow, a video update. I might even go to try to see these areas in person of what got affected or whatever. But anyway, to all of you, my friends in Wichita, stay safe and God bless. Goodbye.